Hi, good evening everyone. This is just a little short video. I don't know if it's going to be short or long. Just a little video to talk about progression routes on what I'm doing at the moment and what I'm looking into. That kind of thing. Just had a McDonald's today. Well, I had the breakfast. Egg mac sausage and egg McMuffin and uh, a drink with that, and I got a drink with the pancakes as well, quite nice. So I'm not sponsored by any of them or anything, but I do like a McDonald's. But McDonald's aren't as big as what they used to be, and they don't look as good as the pictures are really. So yeah, right. Right, I don't know if I've said it in a previous video. I'm doing a business admin course at the moment, business admin level 2. I've got to go in tomorrow to do the assessments for it, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. I was supposed to do the assessments before I started the course, but I've been on holiday and this course started a bit earlier than it should have. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. My living room, uh, getting there. I've ordered a carpet. I've ordered the carpet. What the store said wasn't in stock when I tried to reserve it, but it's in stock. And yeah, I'm moving forward with things. I've got the inbuilt desk coming. I don't know when that's coming, but that's ordered. So where the alcove used to be for the TV, I'm going to get a computer chair and do some of my filming there. I don't know yet if I'm going to buy get a custom made computer made just for the media, really. But it's down to money at the end of the day, and I don't really know what I want. So it's and I don't really know what I want, but I'm gonna need a computer chair, and I do want to invest in some media filming equipment as well, so I can go out and I don't have to rely on my webcam all the time. So I do streaming, so I can do the stream properly and do videos so when I'm out. But but with the channel, I would like to invite people into my home or invite people uh, and do and do videos with other people rather than just me. Like do coagulative. I don't know if that's the right term, or do videos with other people. Yeah, just to get few debates and that on. Uh, Basically, I still have to get my car fixed. I don't know if I mentioned that in a video. There were kids the other night, chucking stones at car windows, so they've damaged my rear quarter one. Brand new, it's going to cost about £300 plus the window tint. And I've found us breakers that could fit one for £100 plus the tint. Which would be about 140, but it's out of town, so I'm looking into my options and looking into different options with different companies. But but yeah, I'm looking into getting things done and sorted. Uh, like the the channel route, with the channel route, I do want to start doing videos more regular again. But as I say, there is times where I've stopped the videos and that, and that's been because of COVID and because of personal uh, arranged commitments and problems and decorating and that. Sometimes with the decorating and that, it's taken time. Like last year, hand on heart, I emptied the living room, the bedroom, this room out in May, and so I'd emptied this living room out in May. I'd been sleeping on the couch since from May to December, trying to get the work done what I needed to in the flat last year. Like I've had the lights centered and I've had a fuse box put in downstairs. So with work like that, I had to take furniture out of this room, out of the spare bedroom, put it all in the living room, then I had to sleep on the couch. So it was just tricky in that, and it just wears you down mentally. So I'd had the electrics done in both rooms, the lights centered because I don't like that, and I've had the aerial put behind the bed in conduit so I can watch it on the TV because it's a TV bed, and I've had the ceilings skimmed in both rooms before Christmas, and the vents in the walls I've had blocked out, not from the outside but internally I have, and then I'd had to decorate the room, and then I'd had issues with the underlay not turning up, and I've had issues with contractors this year as well. I've been without the living room since February. The guy kept messing me about. First time he didn't turn up, he forgot, and he kept messing me about, delaying me, and putting the prices up. Then there was another contractor that said they'd come, didn't turn up. Then there was another contractor. Then another contractor got a bit nasty with me because he came out, gave me a quote, and I didn't choose him, so he got a bit nasty with me, calling me a tire kicker and that for not choosing him, even though he chose to come to see me. And I explained the situation. Have you got any other quotes? Yes, I have got other quotes. What's the price of the other quote? And I'll need to discuss it all with my mother. I'll need to discuss it all with my mother tonight and let you know. I can't remember if my mum was working that day, so I rang my mum, and I can't remember if she was working late off. The bloke came late, so he left and said thank you. So I left my mum. So I rang my mum, discussed it with my mum, and my mum came up with an idea, and I let the bloke know that I'm sorry, I'm going to give it a turn down at the moment, and he just got a bit arsey with me, so that triggered off some mental health issues and anxiety dealing with contractors really, because there was a bit of conflict and things put on hold. Then so there was that. Then there was to find someone to do the preparation for the electrics in the living room for the television. I had to go with the most expensive bloke at the end of the day because he was the only one that could vision it how I wanted to, and he was the only one that could do it the way that I wanted it done. Like for instance, I've got a plug socket in the cupboard and one on the wall, chimney breast wall, for me to for me to for me to to for me to put the telly on. So I'm like, got an idea in my head of what I want, and there was a couple of guys that I was a couple of guys that spoke companies that I spoke to. Oh, we don't do the electrics. You'll have to get an electrician and a plasterer separate. And then there was one bloke that said we can do it how you want, but you won't be able to change the cabling for the telly or add devices to the telly if you need to. Once the cabling is in the conduit in the wall and you plaster over it, the weight of the plaster will stop you pulling. The weight of the plaster will stop you pulling the cabling through. And I'm like, if you want to do it like that, you have to have the conduit externally. So I'm like, I've got conduit in the bedroom. I've got conduit in the wall in the bedroom. What my dad's put in for the TV aerial behind the bed, I can change that wire if I need to. So the guy kept repeating himself and saying, well, if you put conduit in the wall and plaster over it, that you'll need to that you'll need that you won't be able to change wires or anything for the HDMI cable or anything if they go faulty. So it was like getting a bit arsey, raising his voice and that, and I'm like, he was saying he couldn't do it how I wanted, so he couldn't do it how I wanted. So as I say, he also said, I said to him, can I have a electrical certificate for the work? I'll also need an electrical certificate for the work. Or an electrical certificate will be more. Why do you need an electrical certificate? I'm like, I live in a block of. I own my own home, but because it's a flat, with it being leasehold, and uh, the terms of the lease, I need for certain work. I need certificates for, and I need certain permissions for. Like last year, most of the reason why I didn't have the bedroom done sooner than I did was because of me trying to get permission from the council and them not knowing what the policies were for certain work. Like first they were saying, oh, you need permission. Then I messaged back and say, I've got a budget, I've got a quote. And then they were saying on the phone that it's your own flat, you can do what you want. Will you be able to send me an email to clarify it because something didn't seem right? And then my social worker messaged one of them. I've got to, or had to, messaged and said that they've given you the work permission, just get the work done. So about 40 minutes after he'd messaged me, I got a note from the council saying, as far as you are aware, you need certain permission for this, you need certain permission for that. And I'm like, I am aware, but I don't know why you're speaking to me like that, because your company is clearly unaware, because I said I could get it done. That's why I asked for clarification, and then the clarification is just contradictory with what they were saying over the phone. So that's delayed it. Then mum got COVID. Then that plaster I'd had to use for that did delay me and mess me about before as well for that. So I've got that sorted. I have been so the people that were doing the telly, as I was saying, the people that were doing the TV, still need to come back, and I need to pay him. I've paid for the electrician. to do the wiring, and that, like, the bloke that did the telly had multiple contractors working with him. He had a plasterer, he had an electrician, and then he's not asked for money yet for his side because he still needs to come back and prep the telly. But this has been since about March, so I'm like, every time I get work done, or every time I have been in the position of moving things forward, I have messaged and said, this is the update, this is what's happening, this is what I'm getting done now, just so they know that I'm not taking the piss and I'm genuine, really. So I have got that sorted and that kind of stuff. So I have got getting the tea. I am going to get it carpeted and have got a carpet reserved. I've not decided yet if I'm going to get them to fit it or not, or just delivered. But when I was inquiring yesterday about the situation with the carpet, I rang and said I've reserved a carpet. Would you be able to give me the details of what I need? Are you getting it fitted? And I'm like, I don't know yet. I just wanted to know what the time frame was between getting it delivered and getting it fitted. And she said, we're normally aiming to have them fitted within 2 weeks and delivered within a couple of days. And she said, why don't you need to try ringing the late before next week, and just so you're not disappointed. And I'm like, I can't really book anything in because I don't even know what wallpaper I'm putting up yet, and we're still doing the prep work. And then when I did take the wallpaper off the walls and that, I noticed that there was picture rail in the flat. So I wanted the picture rail that Mum and Dad had in their living room, but they don't make it anymore, so had to get it specially made. That's been made with the same company that is doing the desk, or the desks being made by the same company that did the picture rail, because I got the picture rail made first. So I'm getting the picture rail done, and still haven't decided yet on wallpaper or different things. But I've been on holiday, so I'm like, didn't expect to, like, I'd seen the carpet couple of weeks, the Wednesday before my mum went away, and I think she went away on the Tuesday, so I'd seen the carpet on the Wednesday, and she was going away for 2 weeks. Then I was going away a week after they got back off holiday. So yeah. But at this point I didn't. But she said there's no point reserving it because we've got nowhere to keep it, or we don't have a time frame yet. So I'm like, the time, like, with the time frame, my mum still had to decorate my nana's house, and then I still had to get the picture rail and the electric sorted. So they emailed me on the Thursday before I went away to say the picture rail was ready. When would I be in for delivery? And then after that, so I'd messaged the bloke after that and said that I chose to fit it, and that when would you be able to do the picture rail? So I'll go away on the Tuesday. So he said the earliest I can do is the Monday, and the earliest I can do is the Monday. Then the earliest I can do is the Monday. Other than that, there's a couple of weeks wait, or so I messaged him back and said that's what I was hoping you'd say. That's what I was hoping you'd say. So do it on the Monday. So then I'm thinking, in my head, wouldn't it be amazing if I can get the electrics done sorted before I went away? So I put few things online, looking for an electrician, need it done and that. Didn't expect to get it done before I went away. The bloke that fitted the circuit board and did the lights and the area linear had messaged me and my mum and said I can come on Tuesday morning to take your electrics to do this, do that. So came and sorted it, so everything was sorted when I went away. So I get talking to my mum and she says it's a shame we couldn't find couldn't get that carpet and that, and it was nice carpet. Like nice. Like the living room and that I need about 5 by 5 minimum meters squared. So I messaged the bloke. I'd messaged the company on holiday and just said I'd seen a very nice Saxony carpet in beige. Would I be able to, I'm on holiday at the moment, but I do like it and Mum wants to see it. So I get a message back and say, oh, we're sorry, I've checked and I think it's sold. We don't have it anymore. So I'm like, oh, and I said, what other carpets do you do? Or I can't remember if I said that or she emailed me some other pictures. So she'd emailed me some pictures of carpets and said, this is what we've got in now. I'm thinking in my head, they're too small. And she said, the best we can do is order it. She said, what we might have to do is order it off the roll. So I'm like, I don't really want to be ordering it off the roll because it's going to be more money. So I didn't want to order it off the roll. So I go out last Monday. I go out. I go out with my mum and dad on Thursday last. Not first, just gone the Thursday before. So Jubilee weekend. So I'm like, I think I've told you this in a previous video. My nana had an appointment at North Tees Hospital, so Mum took her to the appointment, and they never got the new appointment sent out, and it was cancelled due to Jubilee. So I'm thinking I'll get a lift to the hospital with them, get the bus from the hospital into Stockton, and then get the bus from Stockton into the hospital, and then get the bus from the hospital into Stockton, and then get a bus to Portrait Lane. It's like a retail park, but there's no clothes shops or anything like that. It's more like furniture, carpet, bathrooms, that kind of stuff. I think there's a charity shop that sells furniture and possibly a supermarket that sells charity shop that sells clothes and possibly a supermarket that sells clothes. So I get into Stockton town centre, and the buses up to there are only running every hour, and they're only running every hour. So I'm like, the buses are running every hour, and I've got about 50 to 55 minute wait. So I'm like, I'm not going to do that. So I just went to the pub, and I went to the pub, and then after that, I think I had to wait another 40 or 50 minutes, another 50 minutes to an hour for the bus coming home. But I did say to my mum that day that I might not come and do what I was going to do because the buses will be running less with it being a bank holiday weekend, and my thoughts were correct. So I was going to go to the local pub. Springfield's just around the corner, somewhere around there. So I was going to go to the pub and for my dinner on Monday, but they were shut. They weren't shut. They weren't shut. They were serving drinks, but not food, apart from crisps and nuts like bar snacks. So I decided to go to Wetherspoons on the Monday, and after I'd been there, I thought I'd have a look at some carpet shops. But the issue is, I'd been to the carpet shops, and the issue was one carpet shop was shut for the Jubilee weekend still, and then there was another carpet shop. Didn't have any roll ends in that I liked. They did have some roll ends in, but they were about £500 or £600. And then I'd called it the store that I'd seen the carpet at. I got talking to the bloke because they've got units on the main road, and then they've got a warehouse on the side street behind the petrol station, on the side of the petrol station, and they've got a upstairs and a downstairs. So I called in and said I'm just looking for a carpet. I'd seen a carpet a few weeks ago that I liked. My mum wouldn't let me get it because we didn't have enough time, and that I'd like to reserve. That I'd seen one and I'd like to reserve it. So, and when I come to reserve it and messaged on Facebook, they said they didn't have it in stock anymore. So I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, if that when I left, I just said, "Is it okay if I look upstairs?" And he said, "Yeah." So I'm thinking to myself, when I leave, if that when I'm leaving to go upstairs, if that carpet is in, I'm gonna reserve it. So I'm like, go up and I like, look, same price, same colour, Saxony's at the same carpet, so I'm feeling it in that. And then I went downstairs and said, just seen a carpet. I said I'd seen a carpet and I messaged last week to see if I could reserve it, and they said it's sold. I've just been upstairs and it's in. I'd like to reserve it. So the woman, I messaged on Facebook, and the woman apologised and asked me to put a deposit on it. I was going to put a deposit on it that day, but the bloke said I didn't need to, so I would have definitely paid it instead of waiting until the next day. So I've got that sorted. So yeah, it's just been just a lot of just reasoning for some of the videos and that being short recently, and that is because of the dealing with contractors, and that just knocks your mental health down a bit. And not always you can get a contractor that can do the work that you want, and then you get some of them that says you have to get things done this way, then you get others that say no, you need to get things done this way, not that way. So they like conflict and contradict each other. So that's sorted. I'm still looking for opportunities within Darlington area to meet new people that I could work with YouTube videos on, or could meet to start with making friends, and starting to see where I could go with dating. As I say, I've never dated before. And I would like to start dating. I'm attracted to transgender and cis women, as I've said before. I saw a lot of people saying I'm gay because I like transgenders and that kind of stuff. Are you okay, Lewis? I can't even think he's on his scratch pad. So there's that, but with me getting out and with me getting out and that, or wanting to get out more, and that's causing some issues as well. Basically, what's happening is I don't have much in the way of things to do during the day. To meet people and socialise. As I say, I've started a training course, but that's only going to be until July. And before I got any clarification with that, and before I started that, things were even worse for me. So I've been messaging different groups to try to get help and support. And I keep getting passed on for pillar to post. Basically, what it is mental health. I've been in touch with Talk and Changes, Mind, and Daisy Chain, Main Project, and other organisations as well at looking at autism and Asperger's. So I've contacted Mind. They work with mental health, but they can't work with me autism. And then I've contacted Talk and Change, which is a counselling service. They can't really help me. And I've been in touch with uh, uh, with other national organisations as well, and they can't help me. And I'm just going around a complete circle. A lot of it, not all of it, but a lot of it is because I'm in Darlington, and there's some groups that say County Durham, but they don't class Darlington as County Durham because we've got a separate council. So because I'm like, they can't help me with that. So and then other organisations and that seem to think as well, because I've struggled to get support, and I'm struggling to get support, and that they automatically think that because I've tried all these organisations and that they need to phone the police or the paramedics to do welfare calls. And I'm like, sometimes I'll come at half one in the morning, which kind of makes my anxiety worse, especially when they're banging on the door. And I'm like, I've put complaints in before, but every time I put a complaint in about something, it always goes against me, and that I'm usually the one in the wrong. Like, the police bang on the door and break in. Can you not ask the police to bang on the door, break it? I'd like put a complaint in, just said, can you ask the police or put a note on the system that I'm autistic and loud noises and that and heightens my anxiety in the way the police deal with me at the moment does. And then the police are saying, you have a duty and responsibility to answer the door when the police are coming. And then the bloke was getting arsey with me as well, saying that, being sarcastic, and said, what happens if you say they knock on the door and walk away? And I'm like, no. And I said, it's the way they deal with me. Like, as soon as they're at the door, they start banging it. They don't give me enough chance to answer the door and that. And I'm like, upstairs apartment, and the door's downstairs. So yeah, they don't give me. I put complaint in before, and I've had witnesses against it and that, and they said things will change, but they haven't. So there's that side, and also with the mental health criteria for questionnaires as well, that you fill in the paperwork. Get asked, do you have or have you had thoughts, feelings, want to hurt or harm other people? I'm like, I have had thoughts and feelings of want to hurt or harm other people. It's the anxiety that I can't deal with. I have no intent of carrying it out. I'm not at that stage yet, and if I ever do have intent of carrying it out, uh, it's always to myself, and that I take it out on as self-harm and self-harm, but I've got no intent of carrying it out, and I'm not at the self-harm stage just yet. So I'm like, oh, we need to go through the play, we need to go through the place, uh, we need to go through the place, uh, you need to go through the place, having thoughts is automatically considered a threat. And I'm like, everyone gets them thoughts and that, it's what you do with them. I'm trying to get help to deal with my thoughts and that, but I've got no intent of carrying them out. It's my anxiety that I struggle with, and then get the police round, and then that makes it worse. So yeah, so my biggest issue at the moment is not getting out much and meeting people face to face and getting out much, getting into a bit of a routine and that. As I say, I started my business admin class last week. I'm really enjoying it, and hopefully I'm going to get some opportunities to progress with that within that sector, and some of the staff are helping me, going to help me, or possibly help look into things to help in my personal life as well. So I'm thinking a lot more positively about things. So so yeah I'm looking into a lot more positivity there, and I'm really enjoying the course. I just need to do. I have to go in tomorrow to do the assessment, but I'm like, I'm really enjoying it. I've been wanting to do business admin for a while, and there's that. As I say, there's that sort of stuff, and then there's things that around my sexuality and gender that I want to look into as well, because a lot of people are saying that I'm gay because I'm attracted to transgender women as cis women, but I see transgender women as women, but I find them that I've got more in connection with them, and I find they express the femininity more than some cis-born women. But yeah, that's a whole different kettle of fish. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. If anyone has any opportunities or projects within the Darlington area that I could be getting involved with, like business admin or media wise, I'd be really up for it. But yeah, I'm still looking at ideas, and also if you've got ideas for wallpaper for a living room, I quite like the floral ideas. But Mum doesn't want me to have them because they're too girly apparently. But I like the floral ideas, so if you've got any floral ideas that'll need to go with a beige carpet, blue lamps, and uh beige and brown couch, I'd really appreciate it. Uh, but yeah, I'm just working on ideas, keep myself positive, keep myself active, which is what I need to do. But yeah, if you message me, or if you're wanting to know more about me or wanting to be friends or whatever, feel free to message me. I do live in Darlington, but yeah, thank you. Bye.